Congratulations, Alex.
Thank you.
How fun was it to play at the center court?
Super fun. It was huge and the atmosphere.
Sa Billionaire News Channel has been airing for a
Pinky Webb drops the mic with an 11-word comment that made Alex Eala cry and silenced Karen Davila forever. Happy New Year, champions. Before we dive headfirst into the most explosive, jaw-dropping, absolutely unbelievable story to shake Philippine sports during the holiday season, I want to pause for a moment to thank everyone who stands by our Filipino athletes through thick and thin and isn't afraid to get loud when our champions need defending. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being part of the Champions Tennis family. If you're just joining us now, welcome. You've arrived at exactly the right time. We're growing, we're getting fiercer, and honestly, we're just warming up. The year 2026 is going to be absolutely legendary, and you're going to want to be here for every single second of it. Now, buckle up. Fasten those seat belts tight, because while the rest of the nation was lighting fireworks and toasting to new beginnings, a media firestorm was erupting that left everyone stunned, shaken, and choosing sides. This story has everything: a beloved young athlete caught in the crosshairs, a veteran broadcaster known for asking uncomfortable questions, and a shocking, powerful defense from a colleague that absolutely nobody saw coming. It's the kind of real-life drama that would make a telenovela writer jealous. At the center of it all are Alex Eala, the pride of Philippine tennis and our golden girl on the international stage; Karen Davila, one of the most prominent and polarizing voices in Philippine broadcasting; and Pinky Webb, the unexpected hero who stepped into the arena with just 11 words that changed everything. What exactly went down? Why was Alex Eala reduced to tears during what should have been a celebratory holiday season? How did a single comment from Pinky Webb silence an entire wave of criticism and rally a nation? And what does all of this mean as Alex lands in Auckland, racket in hand, ready to battle some of the most dangerous players on the women's tour? We've got exclusive details on Alex's arrival in New Zealand and the brutal challenges ahead. We'll take you inside Alex's training sessions with coach Joan Bosch, break down the absolutely murderous draw awaiting her at the ASB Classic, and lay out a complete roadmap of her Australian swing leading all the way to the main event at Melbourne Park. So grab your favorite snacks, get comfortable, and brace yourself, because we're about to spill all the tea, serve all the facts, and deliver the kind of story that reminds us why we love this sport and these athletes so damn much. This is Champions Tennis, and we're not holding anything back. The question burning up social media feeds, dominating group chats, and igniting heated debates across the Philippines is deceptively simple yet loaded with emotion. How could she? More specifically, how could a Filipino broadcaster say such things to Filipino athletes? It's a question that hits differently because it touches something sacred in our culture. We Filipinos are fiercely protective of our, especially when they're out there representing us on the world stage. We rally behind our athletes with unmatched passion, celebrate their victories as if they were our own, and feel their defeats deep in our souls. So when criticism comes from within, when it comes from someone who should be championing Filipino excellence, the betrayal cuts deeper than any opponent's backhand winner ever could. Let's talk about what it really means to be a professional athlete, because many people don't fully grasp how brutally difficult it is. You carry the crushing weight of an entire nation's expectations every time you step onto the court, endure training schedules that would break most people 6, 7, even 8 hours a day of physical and mental punishment, pushing your body to its absolute limits, and battle jet lag from constant travel across time zones. Add the loneliness of hotel rooms in cities where you don't speak the language, injuries that threaten to derail everything you've worked for, and the constant, gnawing uncertainty about whether you're good enough, whether you'll ever make it, and whether all that sacrifice is actually worth it. That uncertainty whether all the sacrifice is worth it is the baseline reality for professional athletes, something they face even before lining up against an opponent. But what happens when the attacks don't come from across the net, when they come instead from your own countrymen, from media figures who are supposed to lift you up and celebrate your achievements? That's where this story becomes messy, complicated, and frankly heartbreaking. Reports have been swirling, absolutely swirling, about harsh, critical, and allegedly humiliating comments directed at Alexandria, with multiple accounts and social media chatter pointing to none other than Karen Davila as the source. Now, we all know Karen. She's built her career on being tough, on asking the questions others won't, on pushing past comfortable, PR-friendly answers to get to something real. That's her brand. That's what she does. But this is where the sports community is drawing a very clear, very bold line in the sand. There's a massive difference between constructive criticism that helps an athlete grow and what many fans, coaches, and fellow athletes are calling the public humiliation of a young woman who has dedicated her entire life to bringing glory to the Philippine flag. For days after these comments allegedly surfaced, Alex remained completely silent, radio silent, and honestly, isn't that just so perfectly her? Classy to the core and focused on what truly matters. She didn't clap back on social media, didn't release a fiery statement through her management, and didn't sit down for a tell-all interview to air dirty laundry. She absorbed it, let the noise wash over her like a wave, and kept her eyes firmly fixed on the tennis court, on the only thing she can truly control, her game. But here's the thing about silence that people often forget, what people often misunderstand, is that silence doesn't mean it didn't hurt, and it certainly doesn't mean she wasn't bleeding internally. We're talking about a 20-year-old woman, practically still a teenager, who has spent her entire youth fighting for every single point, grinding through injuries, losses, and disappointments, all while being thousands of miles away from home and missing countless Christmases, birthdays, and family gatherings to chase a dream that often feels impossible. The loneliness of that journey is something most of us will never truly understand. And just when it seemed like this wave of criticism would go completely unchecked, when it looked like Alex would have to weather the storm alone, a hero emerged from the most unexpected corner of the media landscape: Pinky Webb. Pinky, usually so measured, diplomatic, and careful to stay above the fray of media controversies, stepped into the spotlight in a way absolutely nobody predicted. She made a decision that sent shockwaves through the broadcasting industry and rallied an entire nation behind our tennis queen, delivering a stance that was beautifully, devastatingly simple and cut through all the noise with surgical precision. Her message boiled down to this: the heart of it all was a fundamental truth. If you can't help young athletes, then don't do things that humiliate Filipinos. Read that again. Let it marinate. Let it sink in, because it's a reminder of what Pinoy pride really means once you strip away performative social media posts and the convenient nationalism that only shows up when someone wins a medal. Real Pinoy pride isn't just cheering when our athletes stand on podiums with gold around their necks. It's protecting them when they're down, when they're struggling, when the whole world seems to be against them. It's understanding that beneath the jersey and the impressive statistics is a human being first, someone with feelings, doubts, and a heart that can break just like anyone else's. Pinky Webb's defense transcended tennis and even sports themselves. It became a statement about decency, basic human kindness, and our responsibility to lift one another up instead of tearing each other down. It was a maternal shield thrown over Alex, a fierce declaration that said, "Back off. You're not touching her anymore. Not on my watch." The impact of that defense was immediate and profound. Sources close to the Eala camp, people who are with her day in and day out and see beyond the brave face she puts on for the cameras, say that Alex, who had been holding everything together through sheer willpower and grit, finally let her guard down. The stoic facade cracked. Alexandra Eala, our warrior, our champion, was so deeply moved by Pinky Webb's words that she could no longer hold back her tears. Think about that for a moment. After days of absorbing criticism, after maintaining her composure through what must have felt like an endless assault on her character and commitment, hearing a respected figure publicly validate her efforts and demand respect on her behalf broke the dam. All the emotions she had been bottling up came flooding out, and that wasn't weakness, it was humanity. It was what happens when someone finally sees you, truly sees you, and tells the world that you matter, that your sacrifices matter, and that you deserve better. And then came the moment that melted hearts across the Philippines and, honestly, across the tennis world. Alex didn't hire a PR team to craft a response. Alex didn't craft a carefully worded response, schedule a press conference, or write a long emotional essay. She went straight to social media and left Pinky Webb a comment. Just 11 words. That's it, 11 simple words that carried the weight of her relief, gratitude, vindication, and profound appreciation for someone finally standing in her corner when she needed it most. Reportedly, it made Pinky Webb smile with genuine pride, a moment of pure, authentic connection between two Filipinos. One, a rising legend beginning to show the world what she's capable of, and the other, a veteran voice who knows when someone needs defending. Standing united against the tide of negativity, Alex and Pinky demonstrated something far more powerful than any argument or clapback ever could. They showed class. They showed grace under pressure. They showed that the best response to hate isn't a sharp insult or devastating comeback, but solidarity, kindness, and an unwavering commitment to supporting one another. And honestly, that's the truest form of strength. To understand why the attack on Alexandra Eala felt so deeply personal to fans and sparked such an intense reaction, We need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture of what she accomplished in 2025, a year that 2025 will absolutely go down in the history books for Philippine sports, a year that future generations will look back on and recognize as a true turning point. And the question that keeps echoing in my head is this: how can anyone, and I mean anyone, with even a basic understanding of tennis or sports in general, criticize a year like that? How do you look at what Alex achieved and find fault? It's honestly baffling. Let's rewind the clock and walk through this historic year step by step, because the receipts are all there, clear as day. 2025 was a year of breakthrough performances, triumphant returns to form, and genuinely historic achievements that rewrote the record books. We watched Alex Eala finally crack the code at the highest levels of professional tennis in ways we had been desperately waiting to see. We saw her absolutely dominate at the Southeast Asian Games in Thailand, delivering a performance for the ages and ending a 26-year gold medal drought for the Philippines in women's singles tennis. Let me repeat that, because it deserves repeating: 26 years. More than a quarter of a century since a Filipino woman last stood on top of that podium. Do you have any idea how incredibly difficult that is to walk into a regional tournament? Every single player in that tournament was gunning for her, every point came with the weight of an entire nation's hopes and dreams, and the pressure was at an absolute, suffocating peak. And yet, Alex didn't just survive, she delivered gold. That takes mental fortitude that most people simply don't possess. But she didn't stop there. She didn't take the gold, post a few grateful Instagram photos, and call it a year. She kept pushing, kept grinding, and made history at the US Open, competing at the highest level of tennis and proving she belongs in that rarefied air. She broke into the top 60 in the world rankings, which in tennis terms is like entering the executive suite of a Fortune 500 company. She's currently sitting at a career-high ranking, hovering around world number 53, depending on when you check the live rankings. World number 53. Let that sink in for a minute. The 53rd best female tennis player on the entire planet, a planet with billions of people, hundreds of millions of whom have picked up a tennis racket at some point, is a young woman from Quezon City, a Filipina, our Filipina. And yet, people have the audacity to, the unmitigated gall to question her commitment, to suggest she's not doing enough, and to publicly criticize her during the holidays when she should be celebrating these monumental achievements is staggering. This context, this full picture of what Alex has accomplished, is exactly why Pinky Webb's defense resonated so powerfully with so many people. It wasn't just about defending one young athlete from unfair criticism, it was about defending the progress of Philippine sports as a whole, protecting the momentum we've built, and ensuring that the next generation of athletes see support and encouragement instead of negativity and tearing down. We are living through a golden era of Filipino athletics right now, and that's not hyperbole or nationalism speaking. That's objective fact. We have gymnasts competing at the Olympics and winning medals, weightlifters setting world records, and boxers continuing a proud tradition of Filipino excellence in the ring. The narrative surrounding Alexandra Eala shouldn't be about what she isn't doing or where she's supposedly falling short. The narrative should be about the fact that at just 20 years old, barely out of her teenage years, she is accomplishing feats no Filipino tennis player has ever achieved before. She's not just knocking on the door of the world's elite anymore, hoping someone might let. She's not just knocking on the door of the world's elite, she's ready to kick it completely off its hinges. And as we head into 2026 with fresh eyes and renewed energy, the question isn't whether she can compete at the highest level. She's already proven that beyond any shadow of doubt. The question now is, how high can she climb? How far can she go? What new records will she set? What new barriers will she break? So how does Alexandra Eala respond to all the noise, the controversy, and the criticism swirling around her during what should have been a peaceful holiday season? Does she hide at home, licking her wounds and questioning everything? Does she retreat from the spotlight to process these emotions? Absolutely not. That's not who Alex is, and that's not how champions are built. Instead, she does what she's always done: packs her bags, grabs her rackets, and gets on a plane. Destination: Auckland, New Zealand. While the media storm raged back home in Manila, while social media dissected every angle, and while people debated in comment sections, Alex touched down in Auckland. Photos and videos from New Zealand show an athlete ready for war, focused in a way that should terrify her opponents, determined, dangerous. Reports from sources on the ground confirm that the Filipino tennis standout immediately began preparations for the WTA 250 ASB Classic, a tournament running January 5th through 11th and serving as one of the key season-opening events on the women's tour. This tournament is crucial for several reasons. starting with the fact that it's the first official. The ASB Classic is more than just another tournament, it's the first true test of the new season. It's the chance to see what players worked on during the off-season, to shake off the rust, and to get back into competitive rhythm. It's also one of the primary lead-up events to the Australian Open, meaning the field is stacked with players using Auckland to fine-tune their games before the year's first Grand Slam. And for Alex, it's an opportunity to make a statement, to remind everyone why she's earned her ranking and why she deserves to be counted among the rising stars of women's tennis. Alex wasn't alone when she landed in Auckland, and that's significant. Within hours of touching down, she was spotted on the practice courts at the ASB Tennis Center, standing beside her rock, her mentor, her guide through the complex world of professional tennis, Coach Joan Bosch. Coach Bosch has been instrumental in Alex's evolution, from a junior prodigy brimming with potential to a legitimate WTA professional capable of competing with anyone on tour. In tennis, the relationship between player and coach is sacred, almost like family, and the bond between Alex and Bosch has been forged through countless hours of practice, devastating losses, thrilling victories, injuries, comebacks, and everything in between. Photos shared on social media show them engaged in deep, intense discussions on the hard courts, and if you look closely at these images, you can see everything you need to know about Alex's mindset. She's not smiling for the cameras. There are no posed shots, no glamorous angles, no concern for appearances. She's analyzing her serve with laser focus, tweaking her forehand technique with tiny adjustments that could mean the difference between winning and losing. She's adapting to the tricky conditions in Auckland, getting used to the Southern Hemisphere heat, and adjusting to how the ball bounces on these particular courts. The wind can swirl unpredictably, the sun beats down with disorienting intensity, and the courts tend to play faster than many players are used to, but this is exactly the kind of challenge Alex needs. This is the environment where champions are forged. The ASB Classic isn't just another tournament on her calendar, and it's far from a casual warm-up. It's a statement. She's back, she's focused, and she's ready to take the next step in her career. Every ball she strikes in practice carries meaning, every drill she runs with Coach Bosch is preparation for battle, and every adjustment she makes is a direct message to critics back home. I am here to work. I am here to win. I'm not going anywhere. And while the drama and controversy make for compelling storytelling, at the end of the day, this sport is decided on the court, and the road to the ASB Classic title is absolutely brutal. We're not talking about a friendly exhibition or a low-level tournament where Alex can cruise through a few rounds to build confidence. The field is absolutely stacked with Grand Slam finalists, top 20 killers, and hungry young players all looking to make their own statements to start the year. If Alex wants to go deep, reach the semifinals or finals, or even lift the trophy, she's going to have to face some absolute titans of women's tennis. The projected field for Auckland reads like a who's who of dangerous opponents, starting at the top with Elena Svitolina, currently ranked world number 14 and one of the most respected competitors on tour. Everyone knows Svitolina, a warrior in every sense of the word, a fighter who never gives up no matter how dire the situation looks. She's also a mother who took time away from tennis to start a family and then made a remarkable comeback to reclaim her place among the sports elite. Svitolina returned to the tour and immediately started beating world number ones like it was no big deal. Her defensive skills are legendary. She can retrieve balls that seem impossible, extend rallies until her opponents make mistakes, and turn defense into offense in the blink of an eye. If Alex draws Svitolina at any point in this tournament, it's going to be a brutal war of attrition, a test of patience, shot selection, and mental toughness. Then there's Emma Navarro, sitting at world number 15 and riding the momentum of a meteoric rise up the rankings. The American has been on an absolute tear lately, collecting wins against top players and announcing herself as a legitimate threat on tour. She hits the ball with serious power, moves exceptionally well for her size, and most importantly, she's hungry for titles in a way that makes her incredibly dangerous, exactly the kind of opponent who can catch you off guard if you're not fully prepared. And perhaps most significantly, this entire situation showcased Alex's character in a way that no press release or carefully crafted interview ever could. In a world where athletes are increasingly media-trained robots, speaking in meaningless cliches and hiding all genuine emotion, Alex showed us something real. Alex showed vulnerability. She cried. She let us see that the criticism hurt, that words have power, and that even tough professional athletes are human beings with feelings. But then, and this is the crucial part, she wiped those tears away, packed her racket bag with renewed determination, and flew halfway around the world to Auckland to do her job. She didn't quit, she didn't hide, and she didn't let the negativity defeat her. Instead, She channeled it into fuel for the fire that burns inside every champion. That 11-word comment she left for Pinky Webb will be remembered not because it was angry, defensive, or bitter, but because it was grateful, gracious, and a class act from a class player who understands that how you respond to adversity says more about your character than how you celebrate victory. In a time when social media encourages everyone to clap back, destroy their enemies, and turn every disagreement into a war, Alex chose a different path. She chose gratitude. She chose grace. And that, my friends, is what separates true champions from everyone else. So to all the haters who think their criticism will break Alexandra, slow her down, or make her question her path, keep talking. Seriously, keep going, because you're not weakening her, you're only adding fuel to a fire that was already burning bright. Every negative comment is motivation. Every doubt expressed is a challenge to be answered on the court. You're not defeating her, you're forging her into something even stronger. To Pinky Webb, on behalf of every Filipino tennis fan and every person who believes in supporting our athletes, thank you. Thank you for standing guard when someone needed defending, for using your platform and voice to say what needed to be said, and for reminding all of us what real Pinoy pride looks like. Your 11 words may have been simple, but their impact will be felt for years to come. And to Alexandra Eala, our warrior, our champion, our pride, go get them in Auckland. Show them what Filipino heart looks like. Show them what all those years of training, sacrifice, and dedication have built. Show them why you're ranked in the top 60 in the world. Show them that the critics, the doubters, and the noise don't matter because you have something they don't: talent, determination, and an entire nation standing behind you, cheering and believing in you. The Philippines is watching. Your fans at Champions Tennis are watching, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Champions, this is where I need your voices. What do you make of the entire Pinky Webb versus Karen Dilla situation? Do you think the media is too harsh on our young athletes, or is tough criticism just part of the game that comes with being a professional? What's your prediction for Alex Eala at the ASB Classic? Can she get revenge if she faces Svitolina again? Does she have what it takes to take down a top 20 player like Elena Svitolina or Emma Navarro? I want to hear every single thought, prediction, and piece of analysis you've got. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I read every single one of your thoughts matters, and this community thrives on your engagement and passion. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story that has the entire nation talking, if you appreciated the research, the details, and the perspective we brought to the situation, please smash that like button. I'm serious. That little thumbs up icon does more than you realize. It tells YouTube that this content matters, that people care about Filipino tennis, and that stories about our athletes deserve to be seen by more people. And if you haven't already joined the Champions Tennis family officially, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single update. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers now, and the momentum is real. The Australian Open is coming fast, and you won't want to miss a single match recap, analysis, or update. Happy New Year, champions! Let's make 2026 the absolute best year yet for Filipino tennis. Let's support our athletes the right way, with passion, loyalty, understanding, and the kind of unconditional belief that champions need when the going gets tough. This is Champions Tennis, and we're just getting started. I'll see you in the next one, probably from Melbourne, with some absolutely incredible Australian Open coverage. Until then, keep believing, keep supporting, and keep being the best tennis community on YouTube. Peace out.